I am going to give everybody just another minute or so to get logged on, all right? We're going to enjoy some of our good Hebrew tunes while we're waiting. Shalom, shalom, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We'll get started in about another minute or two, all right, you guys?
We be switching styles, salt of the earth, 101, the original, keeping these commandments by faith. It's official now. You got a gift, they gon' tell you copy. Projecting they insecurities, they never could stop me. Listen, before I watch my neighbor's grass, I better know myself. Why would I bring my brother down when it's a coin tail? They labeled us a hate group, and now they watching us. Watchers at every side, but they ain't stopping much. Can't touch me without the Father's permission. You entitled to your opinion, but that's not in the scripture. Listen, real love, no respect of person, no favoritism, no vain glory. This ain't religion, that ain't the mission. We in the same position. I'm trying to shake the system. We turn the lions when under pressure, so pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Oh, they ain't saying nothing. Why scriptures speak for themselves. It's It's all in the earth. We do it, they won't do it like us. We add flavor to whatever we touch. Keeping faith in the Messiah is a must. Hebrews make the world go round. Salt of the earth shine like the sun. Rep where I'm from, Jerusalem. Prodigal sons will be returning soon. 12 tribes waking up, but you ain't heard the news. Knowledge yourself will make you meet your ops and call it truce. All this oppression we facing, why be at odds with you? Shake your hand like a man, I got beef is through. Only if our people knew this truth will make your enemies be at peace with you. Can't no other nation lead the Jews, so can't no politician tell us how to move. The president ain't keeping no laws, what you trying to prove? Never judge by appearance, you'll know them by their fruits. Galatians 5:22, I got my proof. I never seen no oranges growing apple trees. Miss me with that cap, I let your actions speak. Work out with these scriptures like an athlete. I'm careful to be gentle with the scattered sheep. I don't strive, I come in meekness and I'm apt to teach. I got that from 2 Timothy. Chapter 2, you do commandments, then you kin to me. What? Oh, they ain't saying nothing. They ain't saying nothing. What? The scriptures speak for themselves. It's precepts in the soil of the earth. We do it, they won't do it like us. We add flavor to whatever we touch. Keeping faith in the Messiah is a must. Hebrews make the world go round.
All right. So I enjoyed the song, as you guys can see. As you guys can see, hopefully you all did as well. So we'll go ahead and get started with our workshop presentation today. We are on day 4 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. All right, so the first thing that I want to do, of course, as always, is go ahead and make sure that we open up the workshop with a prayer. All right, so Almighty, Most High, Alua, Yahuwah, Supreme One, Creator, and Ancient of Days, I thank you, O Most High, Alua, for bringing us together in love, unity, and oneness in order to learn with this workshop. May we voice our truth and listen with an open heart. May we discern your will for our lives with clarity and accuracy, that we may unite in a fruitful outcome. We ask you for your wisdom and your grace, O Alua. We ask you that you will use our talents for the betterment of the kingdom. We ask that you guide us at every portion of this day, every moment of this day. We come unto you with gratitude. We offer this prayer in the name of Yahushua Mashiach, O Alua. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart and mind be acceptable in thy sight, my strength and my redeemer. Yahuwah, I praise you and I thank you for the work that Yahushua Mashiach was able to do in order to bring me back in reconciliation into your kingdom. All right, so now, again, we are on day 4 of the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. I am going to share the screen so that you guys can see the PowerPoint presentation. Let me get it up here. All right. This is the Soul Essence Empowerment Journey. This is our journey to greater mental, emotional, and spiritual health. As you all know, this is being brought to you by Images, imparting motivation, achieving goals, and expecting success. We are a ministry that's here for the community and the people. We come together, we learn, we teach scriptures, we motivate, we empower. There's so many things that we have available to the community. So make sure that you guys are referring your friends, your families, your relatives, people that you may know that need the support and empowerment that we share. All right. So this is day 4 of our Soul Essence Empowerment journey. And our character trait for today is commitment. All right. Commitment is our character trait for today. Now, you know that there's also a theme with every day. All right. And so just as we have commitment for our character trait today, our theme of the day is preparation. All right. So we know that Yahuwah is preparing us all along the way. Yahuwah is also preparing a place of purpose and a place of abundance. Yahuwah is getting ready to birth acts of faith through each one of us. But again, we must do our part. We have a responsibility. We have a part to do. We have a part to play in all of this. So it takes action. We know that faith without works is dead. All right. So if we look at Mark 8, chapter 8, verses 35 through 37. All right. That scripture reads, self-sacrifice is the way, my way, to saving yourself, your true self. What good would it be? What good would it do to get everything that you want and lose you, the real you? What could you ever trade your soul for? So self-sacrifice is the way, my way, to saving yourself, your true self. Remember your authentic self. That's what we're going to, our true self. That before we were formed in our mother's womb, Yahuwah created, right? A true version of us. And then we got here on the earth realm, and whatever happens in life created a false version, a sleep version, an unawake version, a version that was under deception. So as we awaken, right, we are saving our true selves. So Mark 8, 35 and 37 again reads, self-sacrifice is the way, my way, to saving yourself, your true self. What good would it do to get everything that you want and lose you, the real you? What could you ever trade your soul for? I can't think of anything that I would want to trade my soul for. Mine is not for sale. It's not for trade. It's not for barter. I have been bought with a price. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but hey, all I can do is speak for myself here. What do you think about in your mind when you see that particular portion of scripture? What type of things do you think about in your mind when you hear the word self-sacrifice? Because most of the times people is like, they take it in, when you're looking at it in the natural, it's going to be something completely different. But when you're looking at it in through your spiritual eyes, right? And you hear that word through your spiritual ears, what type of things do you feel in your ruach, in your spirit? Go ahead and type me some answers in the chat. You guys know that we're going to get to that question and answer session toward the end, but I just want to see, what does this scripture activate within you as you have it read to you or as you read it yourself? It's here on the screen for you, okay? All right, so with commitment, we know that the difference between those who win at life and those who lose at life is not based on the amount of education one acquires, the amount of money that one earns, nor the superior skills that one was born with, but instead it is based upon one's level of commitment. Commitment requires faith, right? Because in order for you to be committed in something, if you're committed to a goal, that means you have to see yourself having already achieved that goal. That means you wake up with a sure confidence knowing that you're going to get to the mark. You're not going to miss it. You're going to get that goal that you accomplish, and you know that every step that you take throughout each day should be putting you closer and closer to achieving that goal. It should be directing you closer to accomplishing or completing something great that you have set for yourself in regards to, being a goal or, things that you want to do in life. All right. So you must not only have faith that you can do it, but you also have to have faith in the Most High, in Yahuwah, right? But faith in the person that Yahuwah has created you to be is what's going to be important. So you have to know who your true self is. You have to know that you were created to do great things. You weren't created to live a mediocre life. You weren't created to be down here under deception, right? You were created to do great things. That's why so many people over the course of history, as you all know, has come up against us because they knew that we were created for great things, right? Even though along the way your faith is going to be tested, you still have to stay committed. So that commitment is going to require faith, but faith without works is dead. Commitment requires faith and actions. Faith in the Most High, faith in who Yahuwah has created us to be, faith in what we can accomplish with Yahuwah at the center of everything that we do. All right? The testing and trying of your faith, the refining of our intentions and resolve, the dedication, any determination and perseverance required to stick with something until we've obtained the desired outcome empowers and liberates us, okay? It empowers us and it liberates us. Think about that, empowerment and liberation. It expands our capacity to do even more. Yahusha told the disciples, by your steadfastness and patient endurance, you shall win the true life of your souls. That's in Luke 21:19. I utilize the Amplified version for it, but you can go read it in the other versions as well. Matter of fact, I recommend that when you study the scriptures, you study several different versions because you're going to see for yourself that words will change. All right. So when it comes to commitment, right, as a participant in this particular workshop, we have already demonstrated this characteristic of commitment, and we are all well on our way to living truer to our authentic selves. So let us continue to show up here. Let us continue to show up here, committed and sticking to this 40-day endeavor all the way to the 40th day. We're on day 4, so we have a ways to go, but we have to commit to it because, again, this is not for me. This is not for whomever sent you here. If you're being required to come to this workshop, or even if it was a volunteer, this is not for whomever. This is for you. This is for you. This is for me because I participate every time I instruct the class. It is that steadfast endurance that will strengthen and purify our souls like nothing else. Remember that your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. We already know the scriptures tell us how it's renewed. Our minds are renewed. Our hearts are renewed, okay? So now we get that divine strength and that purity for our mind, our will, and our emotions. We get that divine strength and the purity for our souls, and we can continue to stay steadfast, to endure whatever it is that we have to come up against or face or challenge. We know that the battle is not our own. We know that we have Yahuwah, so we just trust in Yahuwah. The battle is Yahuwah's battle. We have HaMashiach, right? Everything has been done for us. We're reconciled back into the kingdom. And now what we need to do is show Yahusha even how grateful we are that he was willing to sacrifice himself for real, right? For us in order that we could be reconciled back unto the kingdom and our Father due to our own sin and iniquity. And we must be committed to getting up each day and making sure that we have a mindset, our heart is set, and a ready commitment to be better than we were the day before. Because of course, people are going to make mistakes. It happens that way sometimes. But what we have to do is be committed to changing ourselves for the better. We have to be committed to opening our eyes and activating the divinity that we have on the inside of us. The kingdom of heaven is on the inside of us, right? So we need to learn more about the kingdom. We need to learn more about our roles, the parts that we play. Why are we here on earth and everything like that? But through our commitment to even learning, we will gain that divine wisdom. All right. And so with this 40-day soul fast that we are all doing, it's going to sometimes, cause us to be maybe, on edge a little bit, because we are seeking within ourselves and looking within ourselves. We're having to be very accountable for a lot of the things that we do in life. We're having to be very accountable for our own actions. We're having to be very accountable for the part that we have to play. A lot of times it takes a lot to shift from a victimized point to seeing and examining ourselves in any situation that has occurred. Remember, one of the first questions that we asked with this workshop was, instead of saying that things are the way they are because of XYZ other people, the first question that we had to ask ourselves, well, could things be the way that they are because I am the way that I am? Right? So let's remember to stay committed. This quote from Elbert Hubbard states, a little more persistence, a lot more effort, and what seemed hopeless failure may turn to glorious success. Because persistence and commitment is what determines whether we win or lose. Well, all of us are winners anyway. However, when it comes to accomplishing goals, changing things like that, persistence is going to matter. It just does. Commitment matters. You can't be inconsistent. You can't be uncommitted and think that you're going to get much of anything. All right. Faith without works is dead. That's scripture. The Bible said it. I didn't. Okay. All right. So for our journaling action steps today, think bigger. Right? Think bigger. Take that statement right now before you even get to the questions. Think bigger. Think bigger. What does that mean to you? Type that in the chat. Type that in the chat for me right quick. What does thinking bigger mean to you? Okay. So our first action step for journaling. You guys know that we do the presentation and then the remainder of your participation credit comes from your journaling. So as you're journaling today, in light of thinking bigger, what would your life look like if you were to actually win the true life of your soul? Imagine it right now. Envision it. What would that life look like? We're going to use our imaginations right now. So tap into that. What would your life look like if you were to win the true life of your soul? So your second question for journaling. What are you going to do to commit to doing more in order to save the real you, your true self? What are you going to commit to doing more in order to save the real you? Third question. Identify one thing that you should purge from your life that is causing you to lose the real you. Now, again, as we talked before in the intro, people stay to this day, since the movie came out, people are still talking about purge. They can't wait to purge. They can't wait to purge this. Everybody is always wanting to do something to other people, but what within yourself do you need to purge out? What is not befitting of you? What is not pushing you closer to your goals and your dreams? What is causing distance between you becoming the real you? What is causing distance between your relationship with the Most High? What is causing you not to follow the plain path that Yahushua HaMashiach left set here for us to follow? So identify just one thing. We're going to start with one thing today. One thing that you should purge from your life that is causing you to lose the real you. Remember, accountability is what we're focused on with this 40-day soul essence empowerment fast, okay? So now, identify one thing that you could add that will help cultivate your truest self. Now, we know that each of these days, each characteristic is not for us to just read, sit here in this workshop, and then go on off with our day, right? We're implementing this stuff today. So I want you to identify one thing that you can add that will help you cultivate your truest self, and we're going to implement it today, all right? We're going to start today. If we haven't already been, those of us who have not already been committed, we're going to start today increasing in our level of commitment. All right. And we're going to identify one thing that we can add that will help us to cultivate our truest self. All right. So Luke 21:19 says, staying with it. That's what is required. Stay with it to the end and you won't be sorry. Stay committed. Stay committed. Stay committed to the end. Stay committed. Let's say, y'all repeat after me. Stay committed. Okay. Stay committed, right? Stay with it. That's what's required. Stay with it until the end and you won't be sorry. Luke 21:19. All right. So thank you guys for joining us today for this Soul Essence Empowerment Day number 4. Commitment, right? Commitment. That's what we're going to keep it on our mind. Say it again. Commitment. Staying with it. Commitment. That's what's required. Commit to it. Stay with it. Be persistent until the end and you won't be sorry. All right. Make sure that you send your journal entries to the email address, which we're going to go over right now if you don't already have it, but everybody that's on this workshop should definitely have it. Thank you for joining Images for our Soul Essence Empowerment Day 4. If you need to contact us, please do so by calling Images Empowerment at 336-528-4833. Again, that's 336-528-4833. You can find us on social media if you have the social media pages. We are on Facebook and YouTube. We also have a Twitter. Finally, at Images GSO. Images GSO. All right. It's right there on the screen for you to see. IMAGESGSO. And if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, feel free to send them as well as your journaling assignments to imagesgso@gmail.com. For those of you who want to know more about our programs and services or any other services outside of this workshop, if this is the first time that you are joining us, as well as if you want to refer any of your friends, family members, relatives, or community members to our ministry, then please go to our website, www.imagesempowerment.org. www.imagesempowerment.org is right there on the screen for you to see. All right. Please remember to do your journaling prompts. I give you guys 30 minutes credit for your journaling prompts. You got 30 minutes from now. We're going to end this workshop a little early so that you can go ahead and get started. Please return your journaling prompts again, your journaling entries to our email address, you guys. All right. So let's go ahead and do our closing prayer so that you can do your journaling. All right. So, O Most High Alua, Yahuwah, Supreme One Creator and Ancient of Days, our loving Alua, as we prepare to conclude this seminar, we thank you, O Alua. Once again, we lift up our hearts unto thee. We lift up our voices unto thee, and we praise you. We praise you for your utmost wisdom in granting us solutions to the problems offered today. We praise you for granting us the ability and the empowerment to become a better person today than we were yesterday. I thank you, oh Alua. You are the divine source of all life. You are the creator of all things. And we thank you for the gifts that have been placed on the inside of us. We thank you for the seeds of information that we have received, all of the godly seeds. Alua, please continue to cultivate them within each of us as you continue to guide us. I thank you, oh Alua, for bringing us together in unity and service for this here workshop. You are great and so greatly to be praised. It is unto thee, O Most High, Alua, Yahuwah, Supreme One, Creator and Ancient of Days, that I pray in the name of Yahushua Amashiach, and we thank you. All right, you guys. Again, you have 30 minutes to turn in your journaling assignments. I will be looking forward to seeing all of them. And I thank you all for joining us today. Enjoy. Have a great day.